Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a really good mid to long term project that in my opinion has a really high potential, and this project is called Onston or the Onston token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the project we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website onston.network in order to learn more about the project, right? But before we talk about Onston, I want to talk to you guys about Gateio. Gateio is a centralized exchange that's known for listing low market cap gem tokens way before they get listed on major centralized exchanges such as Binance or Coinbase. What this means is if you have a Gateio account and if you buy these low market cap gem tokens, you stand a chance to make 10, 20, 50 or even 100x gains on these cryptos, right? And if you don't have a Gateio account right now, I suggest you to use the link in the description to set up a Gateio account today so that you not only get a chance to make some really good gains on these low market cap cryptos, but you also get a chance to use their copy trading giveaways and NFT boxes, which are some of the world's most powerful tools offered by Gateio, which can be further used to increase your profitability as well, right? And by using the link to sign up for a Gateio account, you are also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So going back to the Onston token, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with the information present on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Onston? Onston is a link that integrates or expands all members of the metaverse community. Onston team will build a multi-metaverse to integrate various metaverses. So what is Onston? Onston is aiming to become a link that integrates or expands all members of the metaverse community. So they're trying to focus on creating a link between multiple different metaverse projects so that they can all be linked together, right? Because if you take the current scenario, for example, there is Sandbox, which is an independent metaverse, Decentraland, which is an independent metaverse, Axie Infinity, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of independent metaverses which creates siloed metaverse projects, right? And none of these metaverses are necessarily linked properly to an extent where one person's NFT or an avatar can go to another NFT or avatar metaverse seamlessly, right? That's not really possible right now, and that's the big gap that we have. So in order to solve this problem, Onston aims to be this bridge or this link between different metaverses, right? So the Onston team is aiming to build a multi-metaverse, kind of like bridge that integrates various metaverses. So they're trying to build this multi-linked metaverse projects which will link all of these different metaverses so that they can all interoperate with each other, right? So that's our main focus. Onston team will build game economy, culture and communication platform in Onston Metaverse using technologies of Onston team's VR or virtual reality and AR and augmented reality, production know-how, facial recognition technology and VR game to provide users more advanced experience. So with regards to the tools that they're going to use to achieve this goal, Onston is basically using virtual reality or VR or as well as augmented reality or AR in order to achieve this goal, whereby they are building this game which is also including the economy, culture and communication platform that will basically enable some of the most advanced technologies such as facial recognition technology as well as VR game to provide users the most advanced experience, right? That's kind of like a really good thing because we don't really have a lot of projects doing exactly this. In addition, instead of staying in one metaverse world, it is linked with several metaverses, so you will be able to enjoy a variety of content. So obviously, having siloed metaverses is definitely not beneficial in the long run because if you need to try to move from one metaverse to another metaverse, there may not be an option available, or there may not be an option to transfer your avatars from one metaverse to another metaverse, right? So those are problems that we're currently facing, and those are all the problems that Onston is aiming to solve through their link platform, right? And what this can basically entitle is people can technically use Onston's link or bridge in order to connect between multiple different metaverses, thereby having they can experience one experience in Sandbox and another experience in Decentraland, as well as another unique experience in a different metaverse project, all easily and seamlessly connected together, right? So overall, this is the quick overview of this project itself. So let's go to the website to connect, to identify some of the other information that they have, right? So going to their website, which is onston.network, right off the bat, they have a pretty cool website. And if you see, they have some of the visuals which are really cool. And again, it's all futuristic. So Onston Metaverse platform, basically they present a new concept of metaverse to users and build a multi-ecosystem. So they are trying to build a multi-ecosystem by connecting different platforms like this portal that they're showing, and you can basically experience all of this in a virtual reality or an augmented reality manner, right? So if you scroll further below, they have a very cool video which I highly recommend you guys to watch through, because it's a really interesting video which will give you a perspective of what they're trying to achieve, right? Now if you scroll further below, here they're talking about what is Onston, which we already covered before. So they're trying to use 3D visual world by linking VR AR devices. So you can basically create the following. You can create theme parks whereby you can have a VR or AR play 3D games, shopping malls, or DID payment in metaverse marketplace, as well as NFT artwork. So this can be done by creating a private owned NFT project in the market, as well as work. You can actually do work in the metaverse itself, biz and proof of identity. So these are all some of the functionalities that will be enabled by Onston, right? So now they're jumping directly into the token itself. So their token symbol is Onston as well, and they have a total supply of 1 billion tokens. Again, we'll cover the tokenomics in a few seconds. But if you scroll below, you can clearly see some of the distribution of the tokens. Community rewards get 20 million tokens, founders get 50 million, platform rewards is 80 million, partners get 100 million, ecosystem is another 100 million, reserve is another 100 million, R&D is 150 million, and marketing is another 150 million, and token sale is 250 million, right? So overall, there's a pretty equitable distribution, with the team members and the founders basically only getting 5% of the total tokens, right? As well as the partners getting 10% as well. So overall, 15% for the founders as well as partners combined together, which is not a pretty bad distribution, right? And if you scroll below, they're providing information about their roadmap as well. So by Q3 of 2020, they should have achieved the Metaverse platform business kickoff. And if you scroll to the right, you can see some of the other updates. And now we are in Q2 of 2022, which they are stating that Onston Metaverse platform 3D virtual world development is still in progress. And then Q3, you can see that they will basically be developing marketplaces, and they'll be opening their platform as well. So by Q3, you should see some physical, kind of like product out there from Onston Metaverse project, right? So if you scroll further below, this is the team members that are publicly doxed, and you can find their information as well as other projects they're involved in by clicking on the LinkedIn page here, which will provide you with more information on what other projects they were involved in, as well as they are getting involved in the future as well, right? And here are the advisors as well. And if you scroll further below, you can see some of the partners of this project. So Gateio Labs has invested in this project, which means there's a really high chance this project is going to succeed, because Gateio is a really good exchange, and they do a pretty good job investing in up and coming projects which will definitely perform well. And the fact that they've invested in or partnered with Onston is a good thing, right? And obviously Polygon has partnered with them, Polygon Studios, Avalanche, Rourke, NVF Ventures or NFV Ventures, New Tribe, Moo Network, Genesis, 499 Plus Block, Heichi Labs, Magnet, and so on and so forth. They have a lot of partnerships, including FTX Pay as well, which is a pretty notable name in the community, right? And if you scroll below, exchange listings, so they have these exchange listings. We'll cover the exchange listings pretty soon. They have the white paper information as well. You can access their Gitbook or PDF copy of their white paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read through before you invest in this project. And if you scroll further below, they have their social media information along with their email that you can contact to reach out to their platform, to the team members directly, right? So overall, a very powerful project that has a potential to grow if it's done right. And that's one of the reasons why I'm saying this is a really good mid to long term project, because metaverse is here to stay, right? And projects like Onston, they're trying to connect the metaverse and make it as a seamless Web3, universal Web3 project, which will definitely connect a lot of projects which are currently isolated, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for this token, this token is currently ranked 933rd by market cap and coin market cap, and it's currently trading at 11 cents, 11.1 cents to be specific, at the time I'm making this video, with about 5.03% increase in the past 24 hours. So it seems like the token is having a mild increase in price in the past 24 hours. Seems like a lot of people are starting to notice this token and they're therefore buying this token, right? So the market cap is only at $10.899 million for this token. Obviously, they don't have a working product yet, but it still is an extremely early project with a very low market cap, with a very high potential to grow in the future. It's only going to be a matter of time before we know whether this project is going to succeed or not, and it will be really exciting to see if they manage to succeed, right? Because it's going to definitely open some new opportunities for the crypto space overall, specifically for the metaverse space, right? So the market cap being this low indicates that you are extremely early to this project, and this is definitely something you need to pay attention to if you believe in the future of metaverse, blockchain technology, and NFTs, right? So if you scroll further below, the max supply is 1 billion tokens, out of which only 10% of the tokens are in circulation. As you can see, the tokenomics is not pretty good because they have the token supply in billions. In fact, it's just 1 billion and not like multiple billions. So it's much better than some other projects that have 10 or more billion tokens as max supply, as we covered in some of the recent videos. But it's still bad nonetheless, because obviously as an early project, they need traction, and the fact that there's a huge max supply is not necessarily good for them in the short to mid-term range for their growth, because a lot of token holders will easily try to dump, especially when the token price goes up, right? In fact, since the token is already up 5.10%, this will definitely be an indication for a lot of people to sell their tokens, because it's made some slight gains, and a lot of people will dump this token, right? So the huge tokenomics, the huge token supply of the tokenomics is definitely going to play an impact on the short-term price reduction for this token. But I think in the long term, mid to long term, this token is going to do extremely well. And if you see the circulating supply, it's only going to climb. And as the circulating supply climbs, the volatility will reduce, which will definitely make this token a very valuable token, right? But apart from that, for now, it seems like this token is a really bad token when it comes to tokenomics, right? So let's look at the charts itself. As you can see, the charts are pretty much showing the exact same thing that we're discussing right now, the tokenomics-based price slumping, which is exactly what's happened right now. But again, this still poses a really good opportunity for the mid to long term, right? If you take a look at the price charts, the initial token price was worth 4.4 cents, but then it reached an all-time high over $1.50 per token before crashing down. But it seems like this was a price manipulation spike, which is why it's extremely sharp and extremely like volatile. And then the token went to a relative low of about for a brief period of time, it went as low as 24 cents per token as of 24th of November 2021, and then it regained back to a price of 53 to 52 cents per token, but it started gradually declining to a price of about 10 cents per token. It peaked to a price of about 26 to 27 cents per token before crashing down to an all-time low price point of 3 cents per token. And then since then, the token has only moved sideways, indicating that the token is being dumped constantly, or there's no real a lot of volume happening on this token, right? Which is again maybe concerning for a lot of people out there, because it's a very early project that doesn't really have a working model in place. Once they release their working model in Q3 of 2022, they will definitely get a lot of traction, which will drive the token price up to the few cents per mark to all the way to $1, right? I think this token will move from the 11 to 10 cents per token, but at this time to about maybe $1 or $1.13 or $1.15 in the next few months, which will definitely happen, right? So if you're buying it at this price point, you're definitely going to make some really good gains. But again, there's no guarantee, because it's definitely risky, right? So at this price point, you're still pretty much buying it at a relatively low price point in a project that hasn't really done a lot, and it's only been around for a few months, and therefore you can't really gauge what's going to happen. But in the short term, there's definitely a lot of opportunities to make money if you know what you're doing because of the price volatility. But the mid to long term is where a lot of money can be made because this token can definitely go across the $15 mark. Again, this is just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, if you take a look at the price for Bitcoin compared to itself, you can clearly see that this token was worth 783 satoshis per token, but it reached an all-time highs of close to 2000 satoshis per token before crashing down violently. And then since it stabilized at 900 satoshis per token, it started going down to a price of about 250 satoshis per token, and then it went up to 800 satoshis per token before crashing down, and currently it's trading at 272 satoshis per token, right? Again, even in the Bitcoin comparative, it's a really good buy opportunity because you can definitely make some really good gains in the Bitcoin and Satoshi comparative, but be very careful because Satoshi comparative is usually extremely volatile, especially for a low market cap token like this one. Thereby, you need to be extremely careful before you invest in your in this token using Bitcoin comparative, right? I would suggest people to stick with dollar comparative because it's much less volatile. But if you are an experienced trader and you know what you're doing, you can use Bitcoin comparative as well, right? But again, that's just my personal opinion or financial advice. When it comes to the markets itself, as we saw earlier, Gateio is one of the exchanges that has listed this token, apart from Huobi Global. But if you don't really have a Gateio account already, I suggest you to use the link in the description to create a Gateio account today so that you can basically make some really good gains by investing in low market cap gems like this particular token or any other token that we covered in our channel. And that's not just going to make you some really good gains, but you'll also use the link to get 30% trading fee rebate on any other trades that you make, right? Which is going to be very useful for you if you plan to make frequent trades, right? Especially for short-term tokens like this one, right? And by using the link to sign up for a Gateio account, you're also supporting the Brutal Investors channel, for which you thank in advance, right? Apart from that, if you see KuCoin and Poloniex are also better exchanges to buy this token from, but I wouldn't really go below KuCoin because it's not really, you don't really find a lot of volume with this token from other exchanges. So I think my top 3 centralized exchanges would be Gateio, Huobi Global, as well as KuCoin, right? Apart from that, not a lot of other exchanges that you can really trust with volume, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token has some really good mid to long term potential. It has a simple fundamental concept that if it can definitely deliver on that, will connect all of the metaverses in the long term, and it will definitely be a prominent project in the long term. But if it cannot achieve what it's aiming to achieve, it's going to definitely flop, and there's going to be a lot of competitors who will try to eat this token alive, right? So they definitely are going to have to perform very well in order for them to retain their status in the crypto space. Otherwise, again, if they can perform well, that will be really good, which will definitely make this token a really good mid to long term token, as I suggested. If they can't, then there's going to be another project that will take this token's place and will perform even better than this one, right? But for the short term, you can still make some good gains if you know what you're doing. I think this token can definitely cross the $1, $1.15 mark, which will happen in the next few months. But the long-term potential is only based on how this platform delivers on its promise, along with the fact that whether they even launch their mainnet in Q3 of 2022, right? And if they launch their mainnet, which 2 metaverses will they connect, and what will the attraction be, and how many people will be willing to invest in this project. Those are all the questions that this token needs to, this project needs to focus on before we know whether this will be a good project for the mid to long term period, right? Again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.